Hello, my name is Eric Lanchas and welcome. Today I'm going to be telling you how to rank better on Google using one simple link trick. I hope you're pumped, hope you're excited. Let's dive right into it. Specifically, I'm going to tell you how to maximize the power of your links. I'm going to tell you how to really increase rankings and avoid down rankings, and I'm going to give you a few tips on how to get some links that will help you with your money keywords. You know, the ones that are high competition but worth a lot of money. Those are the ones we're going to be going after, and I'm going to show you how to use and harness the power of almost 200 billion links for your benefits to help you rank on Google. So concept number one, this is essentially how link power works, and a lot of people get it wrong, and that's usually what holds them back. Now, what people typically do, and before I get into it, if you're new here, basically links plus good on page will equal rankings. So you need some good content and you need some powerful links, and that will give you Google rankings. Really simplified, but that's basically the gist of it. Now, when people look at link power, like how much link is worth, typically you're going to look at a metric. If we're using a Moz one, so DA80. If you're using href, it's DR basically. And that is how powerful the domain is. And then you have UR, which is how powerful the link is. Now, let's say the link power is 80, hypothetically speaking. What people will typically assume is that if there are 4 outgoing links, each of these will get the exact same benefit from those links. The reason for that is because when Google first came out with the PageRank algorithm, this is how it worked. Exactly like this. If this was worth 80, then this would be divided and it would get 20, 20, 20, 20. However, Google's had to make adjustments because people started manipulating links, and now not all the same sites will receive the same benefit. If Engadget, which is a tech site, is linking to a gadget site, a fish site, a food site, and a dog site, one out of those sites is going to get a bit more benefit because it's going to be related. So what am I talking about? Well, it's now the combination of relevance and link power that really drives rankings and really drives especially for those high competition keywords. This is the type of link that you want to get. So Engadget, a big gadget website, if it is linking to another gadget website, 10 out of 10 power is going to be transferred through that link. However, if you are linking to, let's say, a fishing pole website, which Engadget really doesn't touch on fishing, then not the same amount of value. You're not going to get the same amount of value through that link. Maybe only 3 out of 10 power will be transferred. Some links actually will be completely outright ignored. So what it typically does, and if you look at link profiles of high ranking websites in highly competitive industries, not weird keywords that don't really mean anything, but things that Google knows about in high competition industries, you're going to notice that typically the sites that are on top are going to have a lot of relevant links. That's because the links are passing more juice because of the relevance. So not only is it just like raw power, but it's also relevance plus raw power. So if you want to figure out if it's relevant or not, well, first of all, you could look at the page, you could look at the site, but then another big indicator is, hey, if you Google that site, will it rank for those terms? So if you get a site, let's say Engadget, and I'm looking for something like iPhone Engadget, it's going to pop up a lot because it's all about tech. However, if I look up, let's say dog food Engadget, you're not really going to get that many results because it's going to be like, what are you talking about? So if a site is ranking on Google for that topic, then you know it is relevant. So how does this apply to you? Well, this means that if your link is irrelevant, it will count for next to nothing. You know, when Google's saying they're really, really good at ignoring links, even on powerful domains, well, this is what they're talking about. Google has gotten so good at determining relevance that they're also very good at just outright ignoring links. That's why a lot of times when people just do massive comment spam, 99% of those comment spam links will be ignored, and Google won't say like, hey, you're really popular, you're getting a lot of links from a lot of places. No, the thing that makes their anti-spam work is essentially the relevance, and for them to be able to check that this is not relevant content for one place to the other. So what does this mean for you? Well, if you are spamming the web, just building a bunch of crap, it typically won't count for anything. Maybe some will get indexed, but it won't necessarily help you rank. Let's say you're getting a link on Base Shop Pro Outdoor World, and you're linking here and it says like, hey, watch movies online for free, and you're linking to your free movie site. I actually found this, right? I was like, whatever. This doesn't really transfer juice, because here you have an outdoor fishing site linking to a free movie site. This doesn't work. However, that same link, if it was coming from IMDb, right, which is a movie site, if from there you had watch movies online for free and I was linking to a free movie site, that would be supremely powerful, and that would help you rank. So you can see how the same link coming from this, like the same link could either pass juice or not pass juice to a website. And that's typically the thing that people miss when they are link building online. So just by keeping that in mind, that relevancy plus link power will give you rankings rather than just raw link power, this is going to be the key to you ranking. Now I have a little quick trick for you. If you are trying to rank for medical products or supplements or anything like that, well, getting links from .edu, getting .edu links from medical schools works super well, because they have a lot of authority in the medical field. They are trusted, and therefore that's going to help you rank, right? So it's all about getting links from websites that already have that relevancy that you want to get for your website. That will transfer power, that will transfer the maximum amount of juice and help you rank as much and as quickly as possible. So this is why having tier 2 links can be critical when building yourself. Now, if you're new, I'm going to explain what tier 2 links means. Tier 2 essentially is going to be the links pointing to your links. So let's look at a little graph and let me explain. This is a way of building relevancy. So if you have a private blog network, like you have a PBN site and you have your own sites and you want to create relevancy on them. So for instance, you're ranking from one movie site to a fishing pole site. If you don't do anything and you just put some on page, it's not going to transfer a lot of juice over, even if the PBN is strong. You're going to get 0 out of 10 relevancy, and therefore Google is going to say, this is not relevant. We're not going to transfer juice. So the solution and the way to make it relevant is going to be with on-page and also incoming links. So let's say we take that same site. It's called the moviepbnsite.com, but then you start building phishing links to that PBN, and then you start putting content on that PBN that is about phishing. Then Google will say like, oh, well, maybe this is about phishing, and then you're going to start transferring power over to your main site. So this is, if you're giving yourself some links from whatever website, you want to make sure that that website you're giving yourself links from has incoming links with relevance. And that is going to be probably the key to ranking on Google, especially moving forward 2018, 2019, 2020. This is really like, you want relevance pointing to your site. So what does this mean? Well, this means that you can manufacture relevance pretty much anywhere. However, there is one big thing I want to make sure you don't fall into, which is a vicious circle of non-rankiness. And a lot of people doing SEO fall into this trap, and they end up trying to give themselves relevance, and they don't ever do it. They never succeed. Essentially, this is the common ring of Web 2.0s that are all irrelevant, pointing to each other. So this one is completely irrelevant, pointing to this site, which is completely irrelevant, which is pointing to this site. So even if they're all about, let's say, dog food, because they have no power, they have no relevance to begin with, you can't transfer relevance. So a lot of people will build Web 2.0 rings or just link rings, and they all have no power and no relevance. So you can't transfer the power and no relevance, and you go in circles and circles and circles. You never get anywhere. Instead, the real way to build relevance is going to be from you remember the beginning where I talked about 200 billion links? It's going to be from general sites. The best thing about general sites is that they rank for absolutely everything, and therefore they've already accumulated a lot of relevance on a lot of topics. For instance, if you start linking to your target site with Pinterest, Reddit posts, Facebook posts, Twitter posts, news sites, even though you won't necessarily pass through a lot of juice, what you will be passing through is relevance. And that's why some people do this accidentally. They don't even know why it's working. This is why it's working. Sometimes people will say like, oh, you need to throw in some social links just because social, right? Social, yay. No, that's not why. It's because you're making it relevant. and you're getting people to click through and getting traffic through. There's two metrics here at work. One of them is relevance, the other is traffic, and you are making your target site more valuable in the eyes of Google, and then that will pass juice on. So general sites typically will rank for everything, and that's not by magic, but because of the exact same mechanism. Why do general sites rank for absolutely everything, and how can you use general sites to build relevance back to your website? So this is the way it works. Facebook, let's say we take Facebook. It already has thousands of incoming links for phishing, and if you throw in pretty much any anchor text in there, you're probably going to find some. It has 9,600 like incoming anchor text for phishing pointing to Facebook. So when Google looks at the entire general website and says, okay, well, this website has links for this, for phishing, it has links for dogs, it has links for cats, it has links for like everything you could possibly think of, it already has incoming links. So the same mechanism applies, and therefore it is relevant for a lot of topics. If I take a look at another general site like Reddit right now, it ranks for absolutely everything because it has incoming anchor text and links for absolutely everything. So it's not by magic that these general sites are ranking and that they could be used to build relevance. It's because they already have incoming links. Let's throw a newspaper or a bunch of newspapers, which are typically also really good for building relevance. We look at a Huffington Post. I just put in phishing again. We have 869 incoming anchor text links for phishing from Huffington Post. How crazy is that, right? So using the power of these general websites, you could give yourself relevance. Therefore, anything that you link from there, then you will get more power and you will rank on Google. If you're not following, I went a bit too fast. Let me show you right here kind of how it works. One is you take your target PBN site. So let's say you have a website, you want to give yourself a link, or you're building a link back to yourself. What you can do is you could use a combination of comments, forum posts, related PBNs, related sites, general sites, and related directories. You take all of those and then you link to your target PBN. It's going to become relevant, and then you link out back to your main site, your money keyword, wherever you want to rank. So this means that you could still use comments as long as they're still relevant. You could still use forum posts to build relevancy as long as they're relevant. And if you have PBNs that are already ranking, like for instance, I have PBNs that have been ranking in certain industries for years. Once they are ranking and they're vetted and they're getting traffic, you could use those to build relevancies as well. And you're essentially just building yourself real websites at this point. However, general sites are even easier. So one way you could go is you could start comment links, but you could also go in Pinterest and have relevant Pinterest posts, relevant Reddit posts, relevant Facebook posts, relevant Twitter posts, and maybe put out a press release on a news site. That will gather a lot of relevance back to your PBN, to your target site, whatever you're going to give yourself a link from, and then you could link out. So it's by building relevant links back to your target site that is going to be the easiest way to tell Google that, hey, this is one powerful link, and not only is it powerful, but it is also relevant. So I think I've used the word relevance like 100 times today. Here is my easy, really quick recipe for building relevance on a target site. So essentially what I typically will do is I'll do one powered Pinterest post, one related comment. Typically I will do discuss commenting. I actually have a video inside Traffic Research on how to do ninja discuss commenting. It's really sneaky, but it's awesome and it works. I also have a powered Reddit. So there's a special way of using Reddit to not only drive relevance, but drive a lot of power through. If you want, it's also in Traffic Research. I typically do one of those and I will link back to my site. I have a powered Facebook page and I have a powered Twitter page. So how to power up these pages, I don't have time to describe right now, but there's ways of building power and relevancy to these pages as well. So when you're linking back to your target site, you're generating a maximum of power. You point all that to your main site, target site, and then you can point that to your main site. So this is going to be the tier 2 surface around. You're building relevance to your tier 1, and then your tier 1 links to your money page. And this is the way to rank on Google moving forward. This is the way Google looks for relevant sites linking to your page. So with this, you could use general sites to produce relevance within minutes, which makes your links as strong as humanly possible, which will mean you'll be transferring more power and ranking even better. That's why I have case studies in site traffic research ranking with like 17 links, ranking huge websites, getting thousands of visitors. It's because I applied these concepts of not only just raw juice, but raw juice with relevance. It's a combination of both that's really going to make your rankings explode. For instance, actually I cover this just this week on how these guys are ranking incredibly well, and part of the recipe is that they have a bunch of relevant sites linking to them. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you want more, why aren't you in sitetrafficresearch.com right now checking out our latest videos? I post on latest videos all the time, have full-blown courses, case studies, you name it, it's in there, the techniques, and we also have the advanced forums where I hope you will discuss this video, talk about it, ask me questions. I'm here to help. So, any questions, comments, leave them down below. Discuss in the forums and traffic research. My name's Eric Lanchers, and I will talk to you soon. Take care, guys.